But I'm thinking now of the richest people I've ever met, right? So I've met Donald Trump Jr. I've got a picture with him. I've hung around with the president's son. I was at the Bugatti dinner. I was hung around with billionaires. I've met some really influential people, right? And let me tell you something about elite people. They're not super soldiers. They're very average. They're short. They're fat.
They just have money.
They're not smart. They just have money.
Yeah.
So when you talk about something like Bitcoin, if you would have gone and tried to explain Bitcoin 5 years ago to a bunch of old men on their boat, they'd be like, "What? The internet? Coin on the internet? Yeah. They didn't understand what it could do.
They
to
didn't
the world.
realize how huge it is.
They didn't realize how big it is. They didn't realize what it is. Now it's too big to contain, right?
Right.
But when I say these people are in charge, I want everyone to understand me. I'm not talking about people in a room, sitting in a dark room, very smart people making plans. No, what I'm talking about is the way the world works. This is how the world works. If I become in charge of the country and I need a minister for transport, it's either Guy over here with all his fucking ideas or my friend Andy. I've known Andy a long time. We think the same. Andy, just handle the transport. You have nice cars, I have nice cars. Fix the roads, let's go racing. He's going to do what I want. He's going to remove the speed cameras. He's going to fix the roads. This guy over here is talking about safety and cameras, a bunch of junk. I don't even know who he is. This is how the world works. These people in charge, it's exactly the same thing. They're not making these plans. They're just like, you know what, this guy, and he thinks like me. This guy thinks like me. They put them all where they think like me.
Outsourcing.
This is normal. And they'll do what I want. I'm in the big boss, and like every business. Your people listen to you. Yes. You're the boss. And you don't want people who sit there and don't listen to you.
Outsourcing.
Yeah, if you're the boss, do you want members of staff who go, no? No, you don't. You want members of staff to go, yes. So if you're in charge of the world, do you want people in charge of countries who go, no? Or people in charge of countries who go, well, yes. This is human nature. So for us to believe that a company functions a certain way, where there's someone in charge and everyone's going to obey, and that people will cheat in basketball games, but as soon as it gets to countries, nobody cheats, it's totally fair, and that nobody wants power and everybody cares about the people, is naive. That's not human nature. That's not real. That's not how humans function. And anyone who goes, I'm for the people, second they get into parliament, they're not for nobody but themselves.
But I would be vote for president. Andy Popescu for president. But I would actually be. I can swear on my life and on my child and on my children and everything that I would actually be for the people.
And I know you would. And I know you would.
This is how I feel. I swear.
I 100%. And I believe Andy completely. And because I believe him, is why I will say categorically now, you will never be allowed to have power.
But Trump did have the power.
Trump pulled it off once.
Maybe I'll pull it off.
But maybe you'll pull it off. But I'm saying now, hey, there's a really good interview with Putin. Put it in here if you can find it. They asked Putin what he thinks about Trump when Trump first won. And they said, what do you think about Trump and all his ideas? And Putin said, Trump seems like a smart man. He has lots of good ideas. But I've sat through 5 presidents now. And when the people in black suits come and explain to him how things in America work, he will never finish his ideas.
Понимаете, я уже общался и с одним президентом США, и с другим, и с третьим. Президенты приходят и уходят, а политика не меняется. Знаете почему? Потому что очень сильна власть бюрократии. Вот человека избрали, он приходит с одними идеями, к нему приходят люди с кейсами, хорошо одетые и в темных, как у меня, костюмах, но только не с красным галстуком, а с черным или с темно-синим. И начинают объяснять, как нужно делать. И все сразу меняется, понимаете? Это происходит от одной администрации к другой. Вот что-то изменить, это достаточно сложное дело. Это, я говорю без всякой иронии. Это не потому, что кому-то не хочется, а потому, что это сложно. Вот Обама, он же продвинутый человек, очень человек либеральных взглядов. Правда? Демократ. Он же перед выборами своими обещал закрыть Гуантанамо. Сделал? Нет. А почему? Он что, не хотел? Очень хотел. Я уверен, что хотел. Но не получилось. Он искренне к этому стремился. Не получается. Не так все просто. Но это не самый главный вопрос, хотя это важно. Это трудно себе представить. Да? Люди в кандалах ходят там уже десятилетиями, без суда и следствия. Ну, представьте себе, Франция бы так сделала, или Россия. С потрохами бы сожрали уже давно. Нет, в Соединенных Штатах это возможно, и до сих пор продолжается. Вот, кстати, к вопросу о демократии. Но я сейчас не для этого пример этот привел. Я привел, потому что не все так просто. Но все-таки у меня есть определенная доля сдержанного оптимизма, мне кажется, что мы по ключевым вопросам можем и должны договариваться.
Putin said it. He's saying, oh, I'm the president, I'm going to do this, this, this. And then you sit down and the people who are really in charge go, no, no, no.
This is like
Not
conspiracy
this,
confirmed.
not this. Do you know why America doesn't have high-speed rail? I'll give you an example. America's a big country, right?
Why?
They don't have big, fast trains.
Yeah,
It
why?
would make a lot of sense for them to have big, fast trains. You know
Of
why
course.
they don't?
Why?
They don't because since the 1930s, the oil companies have been lobbying against trains because they want everyone to drive cars. So you're talking about, you don't have trains in America because the oil companies will not let somebody be in charge who wants to build trains because the oil companies give too much money to the guy who wants it their way and he gets advertising everywhere. He's the good guy. The guy who owns the oil company owns the news. Now the news is talking bad against his competitor. Oh, the guy they want wins. Now there's no train tracks. This is politics.
Yeah.
It's all a scam. It's nothing to do with what the people want.
I agree with this one. Let me tell you